global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Have you asked yourself, do you think I am even interested in going back there? I want to ask you, don't you see how better I look? Do you think I'm interested in it? If I have my way, I say it's here. This is an order of God. I don't wish going back there. My spirit has left that place long ago.
That was similar to Fubara a few days ago, precisely on the 11th of May. And even said, I'm saying this on the altar of God.
If I have my way, I say it's here. This is an order of God.
But yesterday, the picture you're seeing right now was everywhere on social media, and Simplified Movement were overly excited, and they continue that joy is coming. Even presidency confirmed that he actually paid a visit to Tinubu. But then let's get to hear exactly the position of two key personalities, talking about Dr. Abati and Rufai. What their standpoint is, their possible assumption, as everything seems to revolve around the fact that politicians will always be politicians. But let's listen to them.
Trying to see where the chips will fall on the road to 2027.
So we have a buffet this morning of stories, but I want to start with a song this morning. Now our papa be this, so we not get any other. Now our papa be this, so So Governor Fubara has gone to see his father, President Tinubu. He has no choice. Because in this game of politics, he's been browbeaten. That will never, and I repeat, never, read my lips, mitigate the fact that we totally condemn a state of emergency by President Tinubu. And the cases are in court. We'd like to see the Supreme Court pronouncement on that. But the same Fubara that said all of a sudden the other day in a church service that his mind has left the place, he's going to visit President Tinubu. We are getting indication that things are getting better between them. For the first time in a long while, since all of this started, the tiff started, Wike is saying that he's my son. It's the people that are using him against me. Now, he's going to meet President Tinubu. Does this show you something, that all politicians are the same? It's just about power. A lot of people thought that Fubara was going to stand his ground and say, what's the worst that will happen? You'll impeach me, but it will be on record. But it shows no, that Nigerian politicians are not that way. It's about what they can use and do with that power as at that point in time. But they forget that that power is transient. In the end, it will be standing for something. But like they argue in Nigeria, who's standing for something help? In a country where there's poverty, there's hunger, a lot is going on. But we must still build a society that has values, that where people will have to stand for something. And if you feel being pushed around, it is only right that you stand for something. As regards the commendation,
Governor Fubara visited President Tinubu yesterday. We have not seen the readout of that meeting, but at least this is the first major public meeting, known public meeting between Fubara and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I would just like to say that Governor Fubara would seem to have shown a lot of penitence. He has shown that he's listening to the president. And I want to imagine that the reason he visited the president again is to remind the president that, please, he's now a good boy. He's not fighting anybody. He has even gone to beg Wike, the Lord and Master of Rivers State politics. I think the president should just be magnanimous. The president should, having declared 6 months, state of emergency in Rivers State, I imagine that part of their conversation will have been Fubara asking the president, please, I'm a good boy, I would like this thing to be lifted. And that the president, who is, in fact, a non-democrat and federalist, after all, he was critical of the declaration of state of emergency before now in Ekiti State, before now in Plateau State. I think the president should not allow this to be, a blot on his credentials as a Democrat. Having declared that state of emergency, I think he should see good reason why he should lift that emergency, by September, so that the people of Rivers State can enjoy the democracy that they voted for. I don't think that the president should wait any longer.
All right, welcome back. You've heard the position of Rufai and Dr. Abati, and it points to one thing, that his visit there must have been around the issue of emergency rule in Rivers State, and possibly to let the president know that he has commenced reconciliation and there should be a reconsideration in respect to that. While a lot of people were hopeful that he will use this opportunity to show Nigerians that he's standing for something, but unfortunately, who's standing for something help? What's your standpoint on the position of these two analysts?
They just nailed it all on the head. Sometimes I try not to make Fubara feel so bad, but these are actually the harsh reality. Whether I try not to make Fubara feel so bad, because the other time when he had a speech with the Simplified Movement, he said some certain things that made me realize that he decided to tell himself a lie, and also decided to psych himself to make it look as if he is on the pathway of truth. And I've actually heard some supporters of Nyesom Wike telling that now he has had his common sense back. But to tell you the truth, he has told himself that it is now that a lot of people say that he has this action depicts respect, that he has gained more respect because of this singular action he did by towing the path of peace. Oga is a lie. You did not tow the path of peace. This thing you told is simple movement. In fact, simplified, yes, but it's a simple kind of movement you did. And that's to tell you that you did not stand tall. A lot of Nigerians, if we feel the pulse of Nigeria, you discover that I, for one, personally, Fubara disappointed me. I supported him hook, line, and sinker, not because he is Fubara, but because of what he stands for. He was one of those few politicians that seem to, challenge the norm that is not democratically or constitutionally permissive. And we're like, good, finally, I'm getting to see a politician who knows the truth, who wants to stand for the people. And the people were ready to follow him. And the next thing, we just discovered for Fubara and for most politicians out there, it's really not about standing for the truth. It's really not about standing for what is right. I think it's a case of standing for what benefits them per time. And that's why you see several of these politicians change like chameleon as it suits them, as at when due, and as at what situation pleases them or pleases their or benefits their interest. And that's why you keep hearing things like, I don't have a permanent friend, I don't have a permanent enemy, all I have is permanent interest. The same Nyesom Wike who said APC is cancer. How can you leave PDP malaria to cancer? Is now romancing APC. In fact, Kenneth Okonkwo called him a PDAPC person. He's also APC person in the night. He's a PDP person in the day. He's everybody, everything is miscombo for Wike. Why? Because since APC is ruling, why would a cancer be so bad after all? Cancer is just a normal disease. Just like malaria is a disease that you also require drugs. So to a great extent, I discovered for all of these politicians, at the point they look as if they ride on the emotions of Nigerians to get what they're looking for. And when they get to the pinnacle of their career, they discover that the Nigerians' feelings no longer count. It is actually the elite's feeling, the corrupt politicians' feelings that count. And if that is what counts, at this point, Nigerians, sorry, now who stand and help? I have to go with the elite or else I'll fall, and I don't want to come down to your level. So it has been like that for many years. Nigerians keep getting disappointed back and forth. So to me, I was a bit disappointed, but am I really surprised? Like Dele Farrow to me will say, don't die in their war.
Well, exactly.
Both of them, they are one and the same. Don't fight their fights.
That guy, Dele Farrow, he was on point because a lot of Nigerians were moving with emotions that he said, don't die in their war. But however, I wish Fubara well because I know that unfortunately what twisted his belief or his value system was when he was disappointed by the judiciary, the outcome of the cases in court, the fact that he's a newbie and is about to be now impeached and all of that. So possibly he has heard advice from all and sundry. But however, let's see what will happen in the nearest future. That's what we'd like to leave it. Let's meet our conversation and talk more on this. Thank you very much and stay tuned.